So you want to tame yourself a Giga, but you don't know how. Well, don't worry. Welcome back to another video, you beats. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to tame a Giga effectively and safely. You can get yourself the most monstrous creature of all time pretty easily. It just costs a little bit of resources. I'm going to warn you right there. It's going to cost a bit. In this video, I'm going to show you how to trap it, how to knock it out, what it eats, and then all of its abilities. All in this video. I'm going to put timestamps down below. Hopefully you enjoy. If you do, make sure you like button, subscribe to Community Bean, and let's get into it. So the Giga is a bit of a pain. It is one of the biggest tameable meat eaters in the game, and it is super strong. Wild Gigas are a lot stronger than tamed Gigas, so trying to tame one of these guys is going to be extremely difficult, especially with their bleed effect and how much damage they do with one chomp. So to trap this guy, you're going to have to be a little bit creative. There is a few methods that you can use to shoot this guy and to trap it. First of all, you could do it on the back of a creature. Now, if you have a Quetzal with a platform saddle or a Griffin, you could shoot the Giga from there, but be careful. That is the least effective method because it will start to run, and if you're not constantly shooting a Giga, the torpor will drop and it'll take forever when they're running because you'll have to chase after them. If you've got more than one person, that's great, but we're going to be showing you a solo method today. Another method for you to try is to build a trap. Now, I'm coming in creative when I'm talking about this, but building a trap. Now, a trap needs to be made out of metal. The Giga can bite through thatch, greenhouse, wood, adobe, and stone, so you need tech or metal. The easiest route to go is metal. Now, if you don't want to build a massive trap and spend a ton of money on metal, you could do a trap similar to this. So you build a massive tower of these. Now the best thing to do is to do that. If you had these on your hotbar, it would be a lot easier. So you have that on your hotbar and you're basically switching between ladders. So you're going to climb up the ladders and you're going to keep placing a ladder until you get to the top. Then you're going to switch to the pillar. You're going to continue your pillars as far as you can reach. Switch back to the ladder and repeat until you get high enough. Now you want to be higher than the Giga. The Giga's quite big. So right now, I'd say that this Giga, if we shot it and it got aggroed on us, I think it wouldn't be able to get us from this height. Just to pre-warn you though, when you do this method, when the Giga starts to torpor run, you have to chase after it, which is going to be difficult to keep up with the Giga while you're constantly shooting it. So even though this method is probably a really cheap and safe method, because all you need is some metal pillars, and you don't even need to use metal ladders as long as you can get down. A metal pillar will cost you 7 cemented paste and 25 metal ingots, and you're going to need about 15 of them at minimum. And then you could build any ladders to get up as long as you've got a parachute to get down afterwards. And this is probably the cheapest method, like I said, to do that. Now, the next method I'm going to show you is 100% going to work all the time. It's a little bit difficult to get the hang of, but it's 100% going to work all the time, but it is very, very expensive. But if you're soloing it, it's the only way really that you could do it. So what you want to do is you want to try and find a flattish area, which Gigas spawn mainly in mountains, mountain ranges, so that's a little bit more difficult to do than you think. I think I'm going to pick this area, just hope for the best. So what we're going to do is, this is going to cost you one behemoth gate. Okay, just have a look at that. That is the behemoth gate. That is going to cost you 490 cemented base, 2,100 metal, and 140 polymer. Bro, I said this was expensive. And what you're going to do with that gate, once you place that gate down, you're going to make a bunch of smaller metal dinosaur gates. And you're going to make an enclosure from there. So you want, unfortunately, this is why we said that you want it not to be on a hill. But this guy is huge, so you want to go 3 out, both sides at sort of an angle. Okay, so we made this little gate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've done 11. You can do it smaller than this. It's just the way that this mountain's formed. It may get out. I'm just going to pre-warn you. If it gets out, we'll try and move it to flat ground. But I want to try and do it on the mountain because you'll find them most of the time at the mountain. You probably could actually make this a little bit shorter, to be honest. You could probably do 3 that side and then come across and then 3 that side. You probably don't need it to be this big, but I am just making this big for safety. So once you've done that, you then want to put some bear traps down. Now, I always put down a couple because you never know where it's going to go. So there we go. We got that much, okay? Yeah, so we've got a few bear traps in there. Perfect. Finally, what you want to do is you want to drag down a behemoth gate into your into an inventory slot so it's quick access. These bear traps are set. Perfect. The trap is ready. Now, all in all, like I said, this has cost us 490 cement base, 2,100 metal, 140 polymer. For the regular dino gates, it's 50 cemented paste and 170 ingots, and we've done over 10 of them. So it's over 500 and over 1,700 metal ingots. This is really for late game. But again, Giga Saddle is level... The Giga Saddle is level 96, so you should have a lot of resources by this point. And then you've got the dino gate and some bear traps. Right, we are ready. I'm in creative mode, but we are just in a ghillie suit, which makes it a little bit easier for us because it's not going to see us while we're prepping for this. I've got myself an RG. This is a max level RG, which is imprinted. I would highly recommend getting an imprinted RG for this because it's going to be a pain. Now, what you want to do is you want to clear out any creatures in this vicinity. We've been really lucky, actually. I don't even know what level this is. This is a legit wild one. I haven't spawned it in. Oh, it's only a level 16. Basically, this is just a random spawn. It spawns here on the island. As you can see, we're on this island, like this mountain range. It naturally spawns over here. And there's no creatures around because I think it's killed it all, which makes it a lot easier to do this because Gigas get distracted incredibly easy. So what you want to do is you want to get this guy's attention, and this is why you want one that's imprinted. You want to be able to take a few hits. If needs be, you might need to shoot it. It's not going to be mega fast, but if it does catch up with you, the damage is going to be insane. I think I've been messing around with my dino poop set and this guy's starving. So what I recommend is you try and grab their attention and then just fly above their head so they can't really get you. If you do need to attack to get the attention, hit the back of them. This guy really does not want my attention. If you're like me and you're struggling to get the attention, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot it. It might finally be following us. Okay, shooting is the right method. Yes. Okay. Speed, speed, speed. Don't let it hit us. Don't let it hit us. Don't let it hit us. Lead it straight into the bear trap. The bear trap should ignite. There we go. Bear trap ignited. We're going to go around and we're going to lock this guy in. Oh, okay. There we go. Like that. Now this guy, you'll have about 30 seconds or so that it will be in the bear trap. That is perfect. You can set up to the side of it. Get off this RG that has mega poop at the moment. And hopefully this guy does not escape. I think we're looking good. I think it's stuck in there and it will not do any damage to the gate. I'm a little bit concerned about that corner right there. What I'm pointing at, it is a bit lower than the rest. And I think we're good. So when it comes to knocking out the Giga, what's best to use? Now you'll see so many forum posts and stuff. You can choose between the long neck and the crossbow. That is correct. You can have the long neck with just normal darts, or you can have the long neck with the shocking tranquilizers. The shocking tranquilizers will knock it out a hell of a lot quicker, but they're expensive. The trank darts, I mean, it's the medium one. It will knock it out the second best. It will be a lot less than the shocking darts, but it's less expensive, therefore makes it a little bit more worth it. But a lot of people argue that just using standard trank darts and a really high level crossbow, like an ascendant crossbow, will actually be decent and cheap enough to knock out a Giga. Now, I'm going to use shocking tranquilizers. I do not have a blueprinted rifle or anything. I highly recommend, before doing this, that you either get a bunch of shock trank darts or a bunch of normal tranquilizer darts and get a really good long neck. Now, I would also recommend taking, depending on the level of the Giga, over 200 darts or 100 shocking darts. Because this level 16 will still take a long time and it's a low level. So once you've got it loaded up, so you've got your shocking trank or whatever you're going to use, you're going to start shooting the Giga. Now, hopefully it doesn't escape. This guy looking very sus in that corner. But you don't want to wait. Normally I'll tell you to wait between shots. With a Giga, you do not want to wait. You just keep firing it in. Every shot that doesn't count is torpor loss. So with a shocking tranquilizer, we're going to go through this. And this is a level 16, right? We're using a primitive with shocking trank darts, which should be quick. I'm just going to speed this up and you can see how long it takes. And it went down. So that was about 50 shots for it to go down. And that's a level 16 with shocking tranquilizer darts. So that's insane amount. This is why you probably want to be using definitely anything above a journeyman rifle. Anything above that with shocking trank darts to knock it out the quickest. But it is an annoying process. Okay, so what do you need to tame this guy then? So you've done all that. What do you actually need to tame this guy? Well, honestly, as you can see, the torpor is already flying down. I mean, this guy's torpor is dropping rapidly, so you need a lot, and I mean a lot of narcotics. So because the torpor goes down really fast, I'm going to quickly go through what you could use to tame this guy. So exceptional kibble is the best. Raw mutton, cooked lamb chop, raw prime meat, cooked prime meat. I mean, pretty much anything after cooked prime meat is just too long and you need too much. But you can use all other meats, but if you're using regular meat, it's going to take you a long time. Now, if you're taming a level 150, you need 19 exceptional kibble on official servers, and you also need 309 narcotics to keep this guy knocked out during the whole process. It would also take about 45 minutes according to the chart I've got. If you're going to use raw mutton, it's about 39 raw mutton, and you're going to need 621 narcotics. If you use cooked lamb chop, it goes up to 1,170 narcotics, and you need 72 of them. And if you want raw prime meat, it's going to cost you 49 raw prime meat, as well as 788 narcotics. Now, that is a lot. That is a lot for a level 150. I recommend exceptional kibble. 19 exceptional kibble for level 150 and 309 narcotics is perfect. Put that into comparison. If I was taming this one, you're looking at level 16, you're looking at about 4 exceptional kibble and about 50 odd narcotics still to tame this guy. So I'm actually not going to tame it. I'm going to spawn in a Giga, but that is how you tame the Giga. Okay, so I've shown you how to trap it, how to knock it out, and how to tame it. Exceptional kibble and a lot of narcotic. And you want to feed it 1 narcotic whenever you see narcotic bar going down. So you want to be by it, or you're just going to be spending a lot more narcotic. Okay, so once you've got yourself that amazing Giga, what can it actually do? I mean, there's not a lot that a Giga cannot do. You've got a couple of attacks. You have a roar, first of all. If you right click, there's this really intimidating roar, which will scare off opponents and do a debuff. You've got a left click attack, which will do insane amount of damages. Let's just get bam, dead. Doing a bunch of damage. This is our level 150 max tame. It's doing 300 damage. Pretty cool. And that's without leveling it up. And I think it's got... So you level that up. Once you've leveled this guy up, you could be one-shotting pretty much every creature. Drawbacks of having a Giga, there are a couple, to be fair. I mean, it can soak tanks. It's got a lot of health, even though it's not as strong as a wild one. It's got 18,000 health, or this one has. You can one-shot everything. The stamina is extremely low. If you look at that stam stat, it's only 400, and that goes down pretty quick, which has been a bit of a nerf, which is great because it stops people, you know, look at that. It just stops people spamming the Giga and being able to run everywhere. It's also, because of that low stat in stamina, it's terrible in swimming. Don't make it cross water. You're going to drown. Dude, this guy's going to run out of stamina and you're just going to be stuck. So don't go swimming with this guy. But apart from that, I mean, this guy is amazing. There is one more thing that you need to know about the Giga. It has a rage meter. Now, you may be able to see it. If I put it up in the sky, you might be able to see it against the blue. It looks like a heart, and that is the rage meter. Now, well, I think it looks like an heart. That rage meter will increase whenever the Giga takes sudden damage, equivalent to about 45% of its health, I believe, of its max health. So for this guy, we need to take roughly, I would say, about 8,000 damage quite quickly for it to rage. When it rages, you lose control of the Giga and it will attack everything, including your teammates and yourself. So be careful with that. This used to be a lot more significant back in the day before they sort of nerfed it. If you fell off any sort of ledge, you would lose a lot of health and your Giga would rage. Now it's a little bit more safer. We're going to try and show you this. So here's me trying to simulate the rage meter, and it's actually not even working. That little bar should be filling up with rage as we go through, but it's really not. It's not filling up with rage, and this guy's going to die. So I have no clue why that's not working, but basically if you take a lot of damage, like if I was being beat up on by these Rexes, this guy would literally be raging right now, which means it will attack me and everything in the zone. And I think it also gets an increased damage buff. And I died for 4 damage. That's the video, guys. While this guy gets eaten by the saber-tooths of before. That is how to tame a Giga, how not to rage it, and don't fall off cliffs with it, because this happens. Anyways, thank you for watching.